What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. So today I want to talk about what Americans cannot afford anymore, something that they have been accustomed to paying for every single year. However, now things are getting a little bit out of control, and explain why this is, what's coming, and what we are about to see over the next couple of days. So I'll break all this down in just a moment, but again, all I ask is one thing. It takes 2 seconds. Go ahead, hit that like button if you enjoy these daily updates, and let's begin. So here's the biggest thing. Right now, millions of Americans are getting ready for the 4th of July. This is a major holiday. People are traveling, they're going camping, they're spending time at the beach and the park, and they're going to different destinations. As of you probably noticed, the video I did this morning was in my truck, now in my trailer. And the reason for this is because we decided to go camping for the 4th of July. Now, here's what I think is very interesting. I've been talking to several people, people that own grocery stores that are managing fireworks stands and things like that. And a couple of the people I talked to, I have a friend that he owns a fireworks stand, or he's a seller. I don't know exactly what he'd call himself. But here's the thing. He let me know that this year is potentially going to be one of the worst years he's ever had. He's only been doing this for about 4 or 5 years, but still, it's becoming very difficult because he's having to give discounts that he's never had to give before because other sellers are starting to do the same thing. But listen to this comment that I received. This person says, 2024 is the worst year I have seen in more than 2 decades. Things have gotten bad before, but nothing like this. I run a fireworks stand in Auburn, Washington, and this year we have many less customers. People aren't spending what they are used to spending, and to make matters worse, we are giving away bigger discounts than ever before. One of the worst parts about all this is I pre-purchase all my inventory, so it's too late to get a discount on the fireworks now. Let me ask you this one question. Have you purchased fireworks this year? If you have, are they cheaper than they were last year? That is one of the things I've noticed. I was at a Costco in Tacoma, and one of the things I noticed was those fireworks were cheaper than they were last year. Why? Why is this when we've seen inflation? That's what doesn't make sense. Is that if fireworks are we have inflation, fireworks should be more expensive. However, they were the opposite way. They were cheaper. The only reason for that is because people have less money. And so Costco understands people may not be buying something that is not a necessity, not an essential. Fireworks are not an essential. But listen to this person. This is a grocery store owner. And this person wrote me to say this. Firewood bundles, marshmallows, hot dogs, hamburger buns, and watermelons are normally items we struggle to keep in stock towards the 4th of July. But this year is looking quite a bit different. We aren't getting any pushback from suppliers, meaning they have plenty. And we haven't seen a huge influx of buyers this past weekend, meaning there are less people traveling and spending money this year. That's a comment that I just received this morning. So on today's July 2nd. So in 2 days is July 4th. People would have been purchasing stuff from grocery stores most likely Saturday and Sunday. Okay, so what was that? Saturday would have been the 29th. The 30th would have been Sunday, right? Yesterday was the 1st. So people aren't preparing, aren't planning, 4 days, 5 days in advance. It's highly unlikely. Now listen to this person. This person says, I don't plan on spending any money this year. My family is staying at home, not wasting money on fireworks, and doing everything we can to save. This is the common consensus among the American people. They're not going to spend money on some, lavish vacation. They're not going to go and buy fireworks that you're pretty much lighting your money on fire. Not going to do that. Some people I've talked to, some of my friends, saying they're not spending money. They only plan on going to the park. They're not going to buy hot dogs and celebrate. What is there to celebrate, they ask. Right? That we are spending more money than ever before. That the economy is struggling. That we don't have all this, the stuff available to us, potentially. But here's the thing I ask you. Are you going to spend money this for this 4th of July. Right? Like I said, I decided to go camping. Right? Just take a little time off. Go somewhere. But many people can't afford that. I was reading an article from CNBC just recently, and they said that the average household cannot spend $1,000. If they had $1,000 emergency, they would be absolutely screwed because they don't have it. That's where we're at this point. Now, I want to bring up one other thing, because this is something that we're starting to see more and more of. People aren't spending money because they don't have it, but yet they're not paying their bills because they don't have the money. Where do we go from here? Do we see, the U.S. government come out and give us a stimulus check? Highly unlikely. Do we see them come out and lower gas prices? Well, in some cases, gas prices are going up. Just this week, I saw gas prices tick up like 3 or 4 cents. Right? Right about the holiday season, right about 4th of July, usually within the first couple days of the month, we see gas prices go up. That's exactly what we've seen. But not in the sense that we've seen before, where gas prices go up 5 to 10 cents. I've only seen them go up 2 to 3 cents, which again means we're not seeing more demand. Supply is staying the same, but demand is only ticking up just a little bit, which again means that people aren't traveling. Right? That's a problem. Now, again, this person says 2024 is the worst year I've seen in more than 2 decades. When people say that this year is going to be worse than past 20 years, keep in mind what happened back in 2008. So 16 years ago, which is within the 2-decade mark. We had a financial crisis. We had a housing collapse. And if people are saying that this year is going to be worse than 2008, that's a problem. Because again, 2008 was brutal. Now, in 2008, I was working. I didn't get laid off. I didn't have, much money in the stock market. Right? I only had one house at the time. So because of all that, like, I didn't get hammered like many people that had multiple homes, had thousands or millions of dollars in the stock market. I didn't get hammered like many of those people. But the one thing I can tell you is I knew a lot of those people. And many of those people are saying that this is pretty much just a redo of what we saw back in 2008. So we're going to see what happens. But the one thing I can tell you is you need to be prepared. Be prepared. Because this is just another sign, just another thing telling us that, yes, this is going to be a troubling year. But again, we are only 7 months into it. Right? Or 6 months, 6 total months in. This month, it could be a clear sign that yes, things are turning and they might not be what they seem. So, we'll see what happens moving forward. But again, the one thing that I want to ask you is, are you going to be celebrating the 4th of July? And if you are you going to be traveling? You're going to be staying home? Or what are you going to do? Let me know. You can write your comment down in the comment section below. But again, thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.